James Hole back with another video. Today we're talking about the best way to set up your Facebook ad campaigns, and I'm going to take you through the process from inside my own business manager, or actually the business manager of a follower who has lent it to me for demonstration purposes. When you click on create a new campaign, this is the first screen you'll get. The campaign types that interest us for the purposes of dropshipping or any Shopify store are traffic and conversions. I usually use conversions right from the get-go, although I will sometimes play around with traffic campaigns just to see how they do. All these others I have not used much, although lead generation can be very effective as well if you're running a campaign to get more subscribers to your email list and then trying to sell them on the back end. I've done that in the past. It works okay, but it's not how most of you are going to run your Facebook ads. So for now, we're going to select conversions, which is the one I use the most. You need to give it a name, and yes, we want to purchases as the conversion goal. Here you select one of your pixels and you get to select either add to cart or purchases, initiate checkout, whatever you want as the goal. The goal that your Facebook pixel will optimize the ad display for. So the way the pixel works is it gathers data, and once it has enough intel on your target audience to know which people are most likely to buy or add to cart, it will optimize for the goal that you set up here. Most important part of the whole creation process is the target audience. When you're just starting out, you're going to stick to interest targeting because that's all you have. Once you've got a list of customers, and if you're using Shopify, you will have a list of all your customers with their contact detail that you can export and then import into Facebook. So as soon as you have a few sales, it's worth creating a list, or a few, say 100 plus customers. It's worth exporting that list and importing it into Facebook, which will then allow you to create a lookalike audience. So actually, let me just show you that. If you go into audiences, in here you could upload your customer list as an Excel sheet. Then you could create audience, lookalike audience, and it'll take some time, but after about an hour you will have an audience that looks like, that is as similar as possible to the customers that you uploaded. You'll want to set this to 1, 2, or maybe 3. That's the percentage. So the way this works is Facebook looks at all the people in the location you target here, and then it selects the people that are most similar to the source audience that you've uploaded. And here you can choose the size of the audience. So either it's the 1% that most closely matches the audience you uploaded, or it's the 10% that most closely matches the audience you uploaded. Usually want to stick to about 1 or 2% here. And lookalike audiences based on past customers are probably the most effective targeting you can use at all, except for perhaps retargeting. Anyway, a little side tangent there. When you're starting out, you're going to be using interest targeting. First thing you do is you select countries. You can select the top English speaking countries, so you could add United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, or you can just target the United States if you want. Age range you can select. I usually leave this at 18 to 65, and gender I leave at all. Covered this in a previous video, but I want to leave this part as broad as possible so that I can gather data and then afterwards decide by looking at actual data from my actual campaign, decide what is working best and cut the rest. Yes, you can think about who your target audience is, who's most likely to buy, but I suggest you don't make any assumptions before getting data, because your assumptions may turn out to be wrong or only partly true. I covered this in the past, but briefly, even if your target audience is 18 to 25, if the age range 25 to 35 converts at a higher rate, you still want to run ads to them, even if they're only a small portion of the whole audience. Let's say you're running 80% of your ads get shown to the younger people, only 10% get shown to the 25 plus range. You still want those 10% to be shown if you're profitable in that campaign, which you're only ever going to find out by running ads and looking at the breakdown tab. This is where it really happens. Detailed targeting. Okay, so this is where you can add interests, and this is where most gurus will give you the dog niche. Let's do golf just to be interesting. 180 million people in the United States like golf. That is of no use to us at all. It's far too broad. But we could use this as the first interest. And now perhaps narrow audience. Let's say we're selling golf equipment. So let's say golf club. And these are still massive interests, but we're getting closer. Or not. Golf player, don't know any. Let me Google a golf player. Tiger Woods. I do know one. Tiger Woods, and the potential reach isn't working properly. These estimates are a little buggy. See how it works now. If we put Tiger Woods up here, yeah, these are very buggy. So the potential reach here isn't working right now for whatever reason. Here's the problem. We have expand interest selected. That's a mistake you definitely want to avoid. When you have this box ticked, Facebook is going to increase the size of your targeting by a huge amount, and you do not want that. You want to decide and have full control over who you're targeting. Don't let Facebook expand the interest based on whatever they think. Facebook will often help you. The pixel data is great, but this is one case where you want full control and you don't want Facebook to choose the audience you're targeting. Let's narrow further. Do we have any suggestions? Rory McIlroy. And now that you've entered a few, you can just use these suggestions to narrow the audience down. Get a few different ones, and we've now still got a group of 400,000, so that's too big. Let's get rid of the biggest one, PGA Tour, narrow further, and we'll add this one down here, and hopefully we're now under 1 million, still a huge niche. Perhaps put golf club down here as well. and this is taking a while. The golf niche is huge, as you can see, so I'm not going to go through it. I think you can see basically how we would do it. You start with a broad one and you add 1 or 2 extra levels, and your goal is to get this under 500,000, just so you have a smaller group to run ads to, and the optimization process will become easier and everything. The cool thing about this narrowing is, say someone likes golf, that means okay, they like golf in some form, but you have no idea in what form they like golf. They might watch golf, they might play golf, they might like the way golf outfits look. You don't really know. But if you add, by narrowing, what you're saying is they have to like golf and also like these. So someone who likes golf and golf equipment probably plays. Someone who likes golf and Tiger Woods probably enjoys watching golf. And then you just add these interests down here to try and get someone who really, really likes golf. Because if you're selling golf equipment or golf hats, golf shirts, whatever, you want someone who's very into golf and not just, I kind of like golf, which is what some of the people up here are. So we've done the targeting now, or we haven't actually, but we've talked about how to do the targeting. Please don't use this for a campaign, it's unlikely to work. We now go down here, and normally automatic placements is selected as the default, but you want to select your own placements. I usually run ads in the Facebook feed, deselect those two, and Marketplace as well, and then I run it in the Instagram story, and I get rid of everything else, so that I'm only running it Facebook feed and Instagram feed. Set your budget, usually about $5 a day I start with, and here I usually turn this on to optimize for both link clicks and conversions. You want to do this if it's a new campaign, because a brand new campaign you haven't got enough data yet for Facebook to really optimize for conversions from the get-go. I found that works quite well myself. So now we've got the ad set. The next step is creating the ad. We've got an old Facebook page there that's mostly unused. This is where you could create a new ad, but I actually don't recommend you do that. What I recommend you do is use an existing post, and for some reason I can't find the feature. Use existing post. Okay, it's up here. Don't know why this is different to my own business manager. This link may or may not be here for you. I usually have a bar here that lets me choose create a new ad or use existing post. So we want to use an existing post, and we enter the post ID in here. So if you haven't done so already, you would have to create a page post. Old businesses of mine that are no longer running much. Ads post, create a post. I usually use a photo, so I would upload an image here, write something, and remember to use call to actions. I'll go over how to actually write these ads another time, but once you've done that, you can leave this selected, only use this post for an ad. You create the post. You get an error because it's not got an image. If I upload an image here, the post would show up here, and you'd have the ID, which you want to copy paste into this box here. If you copy paste into here, hit submit, you'll get the ad on the right, and you will be good to go. The reason you want to use a page post is because it just looks far more natural. You know how when you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, you can immediately tell which posts are ads. And human beings, especially in this time of age, are good at ignoring ads. Many people won't even consciously see the ad when they're just scrolling through their feed, because they can see from far away that this is not real content. This is not the reason they're on their social platform. This is someone trying to get into their minds, but it just gets automatically ignored. By using a page post, you blend in with the other content in their feed or timeline, and it just looks far more natural and converts better, which is why I suggest you do it. That's really all there is to it. Once you've done that, you want to check that everything looks good on the different platforms you use. Make sure the images you use don't get cropped into a really ugly layout, and make sure that your links to the product you're selling are clickable without expanding. So if you've got too much text before the link, then you won't be getting as many clicks, because you're asking people to click on expand more before, or read more before they can click a link, which will just automatically lower your click-through rate. You want people to do as little work as possible and still be able to visit your page and ultimately buy your product. Just a little general sales or copywriting tip for your funnels there. That's all we have to say today on creating Facebook ads. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment. I answer every single one of them. And if you pose a good question, we will answer it in a in-depth video. If you liked the video, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're uploading every single day and hopefully giving you lots of value and helping you on the road to building your first successful Shopify store. Thank you for watching. Until next time.